how good of an idea is it actually to quote-unquote kill the archer, as some in the NATO camp suggest? Well, let's take a little deep dive into this. Retired NATO General Ben Hodges urges Ukraine to assassinate Russian leadership and to hit deep into the Russian motherland. This isn't Ukraine's strategy. This is a NATO trap. They give Ukraine missiles and satellite whisper targets in Kiev's ear, then hide behind the plausible deniability, cowardly, very provocative and reckless actions. Let's hear what Ben Hodges has to say in this clip here.
Of changing the, I think, very unhelpful policy, U.S. policy about limiting Ukraine's ability to use long-range weapons against these bases inside Russia. And General Breedlove has this wonderful metaphor. He said it is much better to kill the archer than to try and intercept all the arrows.
So here's what NATO refuses to admit. Number one, and perhaps the most important aspect of all this, Ukraine is not a NATO member. Even though they act like it is not. And therefore, it has no business even being invited into NATO member meetings. Number two, Ukraine is a NATO puppet. Those Ukrainian strikes, NATO missiles, NATO intel, NATO targets, if Kiev kills the archer, it's because NATO aimed the bow. Number three, Russia has every right to respond. Article 51 of the UN Charter guarantees self-defense. When NATO launches decapitation strikes from Ramstein, Brussels, or Warsaw, why shouldn't Russia smash those launch pads? 4. NATO is begging for escalation, sending long-range missiles, training neo-Nazi battalions, pushing regime change in Moscow. This isn't helping Ukraine, but pouring more gas into the fire right onto Europe. Let's be clear. If NATO-backed strikes hit the Kremlin, Polish arms hubs will become fair game. German command centers will turn into rubble. Romanian advisors share the consequences. But whose fingerprints are on the rifle? NATO's hypocrisy is breathtaking. They provoke, then they play victim when the consequences arrive. The West is miscalculating Russia's resolve. They think Moscow will back down if they arm fanatics or sanction vodka. Well, they're wrong. Russia has survived Napoleon, Hitler, and NATO sanctions. NATO isn't defending democracy. It's a war machine, fueling conflicts to sell weapons, sacrificing Ukrainians to weaken Russia, risking nuclear war for geopolitical gains. Just take a look at this image here and it will show how they literally have Russia surrounded, but somehow they claim that Russia is the aggressor. Take a look. As you can see, if anybody can be honest while looking at this picture, you can see that they literally have Russia surrounded, bases all over Europe and elsewhere. Therefore, this argument that Russia is the aggressor is totally nonsensical. As you can see from this real article from Reuters, Ukraine will have military reason for striking deeper into Russia, NATO official says. So as you can see, it is not just Ben Hodges running with this narrative. Several NATO members and pundits are speaking about and encouraging Ukraine should hit deep into Russia. They keep hoping and relying so much on Putin not striking back. But why are they relying so much on Putin's mood if they keep calling him a killer? They really make no sense. Here you can see another report from Political stating the same narrative. New NATO boss backs Ukraine plea for deep strikes into Russia. These people are just very dangerous and very reckless, as you can see for yourselves. So all these voices with the same narrative. So, is it fair game to quote-unquote kill the archer? Should Russia do the same? So are they claiming that If Ukraine has a right to quote-unquote kill the archer, does Russia have that same right to kill the archer? So again, is the third aim to hit the places where those weapons come from? Play stupid games and win stupid prizes. NATO's arrogance and recklessness could bring the world to an end. So, is it fair game to kill the archer? Should Russia do the same? Let me know with your comments down below.